Congratulations, you've made it another week, and you're about to listen to another episode of Security Guards are Greater in English class with your host, Nathan Lee.
And your
And
other one, Anna.
yep,
It's Monday again.
it is. I'm very thankful for. Thank you for being able to record today because I was not able to yesterday.
Yeah.
Basically,
I don't
not
got
at all.
any homework. So
Yeah. No, we had and I'll talk about this, but we had a solar decathlon meeting at 1, and I was out doing stuff with them until 7.
Dang.
So, yeah.
That's like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was fun, though. I enjoyed it. I'm not complaining. But I also had homework to do, and I lost sleeping on Sunday, so there was no time for me to record and also get my homework done.
Before we get into everything, this episode is brought to you by a homemade smoothie.
Yeah, and water. No Capri Sun this week.
Gotta stay hydrated, guys. I don't think I've ever been like fully hydrated before.
Ever in your life?
Like,
not a single time.
I think I just like drink when I'm really thirsty, but otherwise don't really drink that much.
No, I think I'm mostly hydrated most of the time. I go through about 2 to 3 of these a day.
Dang.
I would say.
That's a lot. I probably go through 1 of those a day.
Yeah, but I only... Yeah, that's about what I do.
Maybe that's why I get headaches. I have a headache right now. So
yeah, you probably just need to drink more water.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I've never had headaches, like, every day before. But recently, it's been, like, every single day I have a headache.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. Could be pollen.
Yeah. Mom thinks it's allergies. But...
Yeah.
We'll see. What do we talk about? We talk about our life. Yeah.
Yeah. And this week in history, which I totally did.
Is it your turn or is it my turn?
It is my turn. I didn't last week. The 21st.
Yeah, it's your turn. This week. Oh, I had UIL.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
What?
Did you tell me you were going to have UIL? Did I just forget?
Nah, I don't know. I probably didn't tell you.
Well, because I saw something on Twitter from one of just like your district's people that was like talking about how like the judges were remote this year and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
It's so strange. Like, I've never been to UIL before, so I really have nothing to compare to. But based on what...
You've been to my UILs, though. No. Maybe.
I think I might have been to one, but I think I was like already there for something.
I don't know, because they are usually kind of during the school day, so maybe you...
Yeah, usually you like leave school, and then like usually like you go during the day and you skip school that day. But
yeah.
Not this year. So basically we could do it as many times as we wanted. Like we could do our pieces as many times as we wanted, but they have to be a full run of them.
Because you just did it from your school?
Yeah. So we recorded in the comments. And we record it and send it to them. Sight reading you can only do once. That's
right. That makes sense.
Which sight reading was really good. We did a really good job. And really proud of us. Because sight reading has not good that year.
Interesting. So you can do it as many times.
Yeah. So we did a full run. We like went at 6. Nope. We went at 5. And then like we had to wear our like concert block or whatever. And then like we recorded once. She only thought we would record once, but then steel was terrible. Like it was bad. It was really bad. My 16th notes were terrible. And then after that it just kind of fell apart. So kind of my fault. But whatever. And then so she was like, we're gonna do it again. We were like, ugh, okay. So we did it again, and it was also actually steel was good, but then the other two were bad, of course. Right. So she was like, okay, we may have to do it Monday. So we're like, okay. But we were going to do it during school if we did it.
In the commons or in the band hall?
in the commons. We practice in the commons every day.
Oh, really?
It's so weird because we have to keep 6 feet apart.
Right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so we take over the commons. It has to be so distracting for
Mm-hmm.
like, because it's
Those
right
first
by the
few
academic.
classrooms.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right by the academic pod.
It's
So
why
like,
they push music so away.
right.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know. It has to
weird.
be really weird. I feel really bad, but whatever. Um. So yeah, but we didn't record today. Me and the band director stood in the hallway for 5 minutes, and she was talking to me to see if everyone was here. It's like, I don't know. And then she was like, yeah, I think we should. But then she like went back and forth like for 5 minutes, and then she ended up she was like, no. She like yelled it and then walked away, and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess we're not doing it. And we got a new song. But here's
So you're
something.
not done with UIL.
We are done with UIO.
You're just submitting one of the ones you already did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which it should be fine. Like, they weren't the best we've ever played them, you know?
It never
but,
is, though.
Yeah. But, like, she said if, like, we were at UIL and we had, like, done that as, like, our one thing, she would have felt great about it. But the fact that you can do it as many times as you need to makes you really stressed. Because you want to get it perfect, but you know you never will.
Right.
So she's just going to submit one of them. I don't know which one she's going to submit.
So what do you do now? Spring concert stuff?
Yeah, we're actually having a concert.
In person?
Yeah, but it's like only going to be like 2 people per person or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But you're going to be home
Will I?
when that happens.
I was
So
wondering.
hopefully you can come.
There was something I was thinking of the other day, and I was like, I wonder if I'm going to be home for that. But I don't think it was that.
You will be home for the concert. So you can come to that. That'll be exciting.
I don't remember what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have a concert. That's cool, I guess. It's going to be weird playing in front of people. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, but we got a new song today for our concert. We're playing our 3 UIL pieces plus 1 more. So we got the Great Locomotive Chase today. Did you play that?
No.
No. It's really weird. It basically is just a train.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. But me and this other girl in our section were splitting like all the accessory parts. So there's like 12 of them.
Of course.
So
but you probably got the train whistle. You've probably got wood blocks.
She plays the train whistle, what blocks? Huh,
temple
that's
blocks?
Weird. It's not there. I haven't touched the temple blocks since 6th grade. That's weird.
Wow.
Anyways, I play. Okay, so you know, like a violin bow. I have to play that on a suspended cymbal.
Huh.
It's gonna be really weird.
So are you borrowing a bow from orchestra?
Gonna take a bow from orchestra, but I haven't done it yet. So we're gonna.
So do you hold the cymbal?
No, it's suspended.
Still.
And then you just go like on it.
Oh, not on the edge?
No, like I don't know how well I'm supposed to do it.
What sound are they trying to accomplish with that?
I don't even know. We're gonna see.
Oh, it could be like a stopping train, like the tracks with the wheels.
Ew,
rigid.
that's
like
gross. But it's in the part where like the train's getting closer to you, so it like speeds up. So like whoever's on snare, 7th graders on snare, whatever, they go, and then they speed up, and then we all follow them or whatever. I don't know. That snare part is so fun, and of course the one snare part I don't get is the fun one. Whatever.
Speaking of trains, so the reason I met for Solidier Decathlon yesterday was because on Thursday we were celebrating Earth Day, which is on Thursday, and we have a booth. I haven't talked about this on the podcast, have I?
No,
I don't think so. We have a booth. Sorry about the people behind me. That's unavoidable, really. Because I can't record. Yep. Sorry. We are doing a booth to uh, showcase our club and whatnot. And so yesterday we went and we met because we had this plan where we're gonna set up. There's some extra solar panels and electronic stuff that the physics department has in our our faculty sponsor or something is part of the physics team. So we were able to just go and use them. And so basically, what we're doing is we've set up this solar powered circuit thing that lets us power a bunch of power because we have three of them, and on a sunny day, it has a lot of power. So we at one point our biggest thing was a model train that we bought. So it's just like a circle track with a little train, and it's really similar to the Christmas one we have, but like this, like this big.
Smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the same exact idea, and it's the same company too, I think. So that was cool. But then we also we plugged in this like computer fan looking thing that got really loud and fast, and we plugged in lights, and we were gonna charge a phone at one point, and then we plugged in a water pump. Like we could power all that stuff just off of 3 solar panels.
Hmm.
It was great. It was really
That's
cool.
cool.
But yeah, that's on Thursday, so we're gonna like a table and we're gonna set that all up.
That's
But
cool.
I got to play with a train. It was weird because I used to do that a lot, and I was
Yeah.
like really enjoying it because I had no idea how to do electrical stuff. So I was really happy to do something I kind of knew how to do
Mhm.
because we were messing around with it, me and my friend, because we both didn't really know a whole lot what to do, and it was mostly the upperclassmen doing stuff
Mhm.
because she's a freshman as well. So we were just like, okay, I was like, okay, so now put it at full speed, and then at some point flip the switch so it goes backwards, and then it goes around and stops and then turns around because it's like friction.
Mhm.
It like slides a bit and then goes back, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna unhook the caboose. Now make it run into the caboose and see if they hook up. And then they did, and there's like, okay, now we're gonna do it, but do it so that it connects with it, and then immediately flip the direction and see if it stays. And then, so you're just messing around with it.
It's so weird that you're a freshman. Like, I still see you as a senior.
Yeah,
So the fact that there's like upperclassmen for you, do they
yeah.
like? They're like, oh, he's a freshman, or is it just
No,
like whatever?
because the deal with the club is that nobody knows what we're doing.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
everyone's learning as we go. So I'm learning maybe at like with less pre-information than other people, but I care a lot, so I learn faster than maybe some other people. And
Mhm.
then I'm an officer for the club, so like now I'm not even like really an underclassman.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, someone from my section last year, I snap her a lot. And then they like had an indoor like competition, and then
Mm-hmm.
they went to Whataburger, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Whataburger. Which like I do like Whataburger, but like
Like
I
I
don't
don't.
love
I
it.
just totally lied to her.
But I don't know why I said that. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know, whatever. And she was like, "Wait, are you doing band next year?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Are you going to?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "All right." And then she was like, "Wait, are you trying out for drumline?" And I was like, "Yeah, I probably won't make it there." She was like, "Okay, but here's the deal. After after during marching season, after Friday games, we always go to Whataburger, and after indoor, we always go to Whataburger. You're gonna have so much fun." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Is she on drumline?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
bass,
Okay.
which is a lot of work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, bass is like the easiest,
Yeah.
but it's the
You're
heaviest.
playing one note. Do
But it's the
do do
heaviest.
do 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 do.
And you have to sync up with people, which is
You have to sync up with people for every instrument. That's the point of playing in an ensemble, Hannah.
yeah, but like it's different.
All you do is read notes and you just look at the one line. You figure out if or and the clicks.
I
Like you can read
guess.
those 2 lines and it's like okay, 1, 2, and 1 E and
Snare is the loudest.
yeah. Tenor
Tenor's
is
the
the
hardest.
coolest,
Tenor's the coolest, the hardiest. Hardiest?
hardiest.
It's the coolest, the hardest, but also the awkward.
Yeah,
This
it's an awkward instrument, but it's so
awkwardest?
cool.
Oh my, I had to put them on for
It's like playing all the basses at once, but higher and louder.
and more noticeable if you make a
Mm-hmm.
mistake. Me and this guy we had to wear the tenors, and we're both like short. Okay, he's not that
Mm-hmm.
short. He used to be short, now he's not. Anyways, I'm short. And so, like, I was having trouble even carrying the thing. Because last year, the person who played it was 6'4". So
Mm-hmm.
it was adjusted to his height. I'm 5 foot. So it was like down to my knees. I was like, what is this? And then my band director was like, you have to adjust the height. And I was like, oh, well, you should have told me that before. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. You'll do fine on any of them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
if
no,
I
you
even
will.
make any of them.
Yeah.
That's another thing you have to consider.
Believe you can and you will. Math. Mathematics. Yeah. I really like doing that. Yesterday when we were doing Solar Decathlon, when we were putting it away, we were closing a door, and you know how like on the edge of a door there's that little flip thing, so that it can lock into the like double doors, so that because one doesn't have a latch.
Like the spoon thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. The spoon looking thing?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And so I had been told, and I didn't think about it when I did it, but I had been told to flip it before we closed it, but it pushed out the pin, and so we couldn't close it. And so when we actually did it, I was like, physics. And then and they laughed, and then I was like, and they were like, yeah, I guess it's not chemistry. It's like not math. It's physics, I guess.
You told me I would enjoy chemistry like 6 months ago. You were like, yeah, you'll probably enjoy it more than me.
Well, yeah, because typically girls like chemistry more than physics. I don't know. That's just my experience
really
with talking to STEM people, is that girls typically like physics and guys usually don't. Or the other way around.
Yeah. I don't know. Physics just sounds boring. Chemistry, it doesn't sound boring when you talk about it, but actually doing it sounds boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really want to be around the periodic table more than I have to.
Right.
Even though I know I'm going to have to.
No, you're going to have to. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, chemistry seems like it would be more exciting than physics, but it just depends on the way your brain works in the end. Yeah. And then physics, chemistry. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I always get chemistry and calculus mixed up. I don't know why.
Calculus is just fancy math.
Because they both start with a C.
Calculus is just math, actually. It's just the same math you always do, but just with a little bit of a different way of thinking about it.
I'm taking calculus for 2 years in high school.
Pre-calculus and calculus? Pre-calculus isn't calculus. It's pre-calculus.
Well, pre-calculus and calculus BC.
Yep.
Because that's what you did, and I totally didn't copy what you did.
No. I mean, I did do the right thing.
I did computer science freshman year, which apparently is weird. And
it would be a little bit weird, but one of my favorite people from high school, who was a drum major at one point, took well, I bet comp sci is the only reason she ever became drum major, because I in that class I told her to, and I only knew her because of that, and I only knew she'd be good because of that. So
and then she beat you.
Yeah, that was fine. No, I enjoyed being section leader junior year, so I'm fine with that.
Okay. Let's see. I don't really know what happened this week. I woke up 30 minutes earlier than I was supposed to this morning. That kind of was annoying.
Yeah, I woke up. I woke up a minute. Actually woke up at like 5 or 6. It was something like that, because I usually wake up at 8. And I woke up at 6, and I was like, "Oh, do I have to go?" And then I saw it was at 6, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm fine." And then I had a dream I was back home, but I was like lightly sleeping right before, and then someone walked into the suite, opened the door, and because of my dream and how lightly I was sleeping, I heard the door, and so I woke up and I was like, oh, "Mom's waking me up." I slept in, and then as soon as I like got out of that thought, I was like, "No, wait, I'm at home. I'm here." And then I looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice."
I yeah, I set my alarm weird yesterday. So,
Why don't you just keep it set like
well, I
all the?
do, but I got
Oh, okay.
scared. I was nervous that it wasn't working.
Oh,
So I
okay.
turned on another alarm. Apparently, I clicked the wrong one. Woke me up at 6, which is like whatever. It had like it was like on xylophone instead of whatever I used to wake up. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that's a little weird, but whatever. And then um and so like I got out of bed and I sit down and I stare for like 5 minutes to wake up.
Yeah.
And then I got dressed, I got ready for school, and I like sat in my chair at my desk to see what time it was because I do that every morning. And I was like, it's 6:27. Are you kidding me? I got really mad, but whatever.
Do you still wait? Does a dog go out with you in the morning, or do you have to
The
let her out?
dog, well, this morning she was still in bed because it was 6. She usually like leaves my room
Right.
at 6. And then I'm like, okay, I can sleep for 30 more minutes.
Right.
Which I should have noticed, but I didn't. Whatever. Um, yeah, last night, like, I was going to bed and, like, I took dog with me. And then she was, like, in my bed for, like, 15 minutes. And then she, like, left me. And I was like, why did you leave? And then, like, my mom came up, like, 5 minutes later. And she was like, yeah, Brie came and got me. Like, she came downstairs. She, like, nudged me. And then went back upstairs. Like, that's weird. Like,
And you were that everything was normal?
yeah,
That's
that's
weird.
really weird. Whatever.
Yeah, that is weird. Dogs. It's gonna be. I was talking to mom this week, and it's gonna be weird because I'm gonna come home and like you're gonna be in school for like 3 more weeks.
I know, it's gonna be so
I'm
weird.
gonna just be like chilling, just like
Yeah, you're
waiting
just
for you
gonna,
to come
you're
home.
gonna, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna wake up at like noon or
Yeah.
11. You're gonna wake up at noon, you're gonna like eat, you're gonna chill with mom for like an hour, and you're gonna come pick me up probably. Maybe not, I
At
don't know.
at 2,
At 3 ish.
if I wake up at like 10, and then I do whatever in the morning, and then I'm planning on starting to work on the desk and everything. At least get all the materials and
Oh,
stuff that first week,
that's true.
and
But
do
you
some
can
real
pick me up
drawings.
after school.
I can. It'll be the same as what we did when I was at home before,
Yeah,
pretty much. But I have actual stuff to
basically.
do,
But
and I
you won't.
can see people this time.
You hopefully won't get quarantined again.
Shouldn't, because I should be immune Saturday. So
Should be.
I will be.
Yeah.
I
Mom's
will
done.
be. Well, not technically. She still has 2 weeks until she's done.
No, she's done.
No, she just got her second shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's not fully vaccinated until 2 weeks.
Oh.
That's how it works.
Bruh.
You can get your second shot, but you're not fully vaccinated for another 2 weeks.
Oh. Okay.
Because
Anyways,
that's how the medicals work. Chemistry.
you're gonna pick me up. We're gonna go back to this. You're gonna pick me up. We're gonna come home. I'm gonna do my homework, and then
Do my homework.
do my homework. And then we'll like make dinner. I guarantee you we'll be making dinner
Mm-hmm.
or picking up dinner.
I've been watching so many binging with Babish
Really?
videos recently, and I'm just learning how to make all this crazy stuff like chicken fried steak and
Alright.
the meat tornado from Parks and Rec.
We made this week. We made this like cornflake French toast. That was
Mm-hmm.
really weird. But
What's
then
that
we
from?
didn't have cornflakes, so we used honey bunches of oats, which is a
Oh,
really good idea.
oh no! I watched a chicken tenders video from Babish, and he put cornflakes in his flour mix to
Yeah,
give it extra crunch.
yeah. So
I want to make chicken
yeah, it was
tenders now.
really good. Um, so really proud of it. I've been eating like full breakfast. Like this morning, I ate
Gross.
toast,
Eating breakfast.
eggs, and bacon. But I was hungry by third period. So tell me how that
Interesting.
even works. Maybe I shouldn't.
I don't know.
Maybe I should stop eating.
That's no, but like that's actually like real. Like I would like last semester be hungry really soon after I ate breakfast, but then if
Yeah.
I don't eat breakfast now, but I don't get hungry.
Maybe it's just like you wake up with the feeling of hunger and you forget that it's there.
I don't know.
I don't really know. It's
But
really
it's all
weird.
weird. Yeah.
Um,
No, breakfast isn't worth the time. I love breakfast food, but it's not worth the time.
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna make dinner.
Over the summer, these are my goals. Like, and we might need to write these down. Like, let me
I
share my
have
screen
some video ideas for
and
us
desktop.
because I was
Google
bored one day. Anyways, we're gonna eat dinner,
desktop.
and then you and I are gonna watch TV for like 2 hours. Don't know what we're gonna watch, but we'll watch something. And then,
Which are you seeing my mail right now?
yep.
Cool.
Why is Orchestra your?
Because it's a really good picture.
I can't
Pretty.
tell you.
Yeah, songs.
Okay, I have some
Writing
video
songs.
ideas. I don't have
Can
to
I
go
go
over
away?
them now, though.
Okay, so oh my gosh, can I get rid of this view?
Yeah, click the little thing.
Hide toolbar. Nope. Show toolbar. Click what thing?
Click the little dot. Slide it. Is there a little slider?
I can slide
Yeah,
it
there
more.
is.
Anyway, so we're gonna so the things to if you're
Things
listening
rot.
to do, oh my gosh, I cannot spell to do over summer. So if you're listening to this on audio, you should be able to hear everything we talk about. So you don't need to watch the YouTube video, but the YouTube video is there if you want to watch it.
If you want to. We're
Okay,
going to
so-
do this instead of This Week in History, by the way.
Sure. Yeah, I do not want to do This Week in History.
Yeah, so
I like This Week in History. I think it's interesting, but
when you don't prepare for it,
just
it's frustrating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do one. In 43 BC, the Battle of Mutina, Mark Antony is again defeated in battle by Alyssus Herodotus, who is killed.
I totally comprehended that sentence.
Let's see. Yeah, that was a lot of words. Let's see what happened last year. I don't want to talk about him.
We were in algebra the other day.
In 2020, at least 25,000 extra people across 11 countries have died during the COVID. Nope, I don't want to talk about people
Yes.
dying. COVID. Things to do. Okay, what were you saying? History?
In algebra, there was like they had a sentence explaining like negative exponents or something, and it did not make any sense at all. You cannot put math in words. Like it just doesn't.
You
make
can't
sense.
put math in words, but math can be all letters.
Yeah, but it's so. Anyways, this girl I sit next to, she was like, "Wait, what does that even say?" And then the teacher was like, "It's basically just saying that." And I like read the sentence out loud. I'm really loud in that class. It's really weird. So I read the sentence out loud, and I was like, "Yeah, that makes no sense at all. Who wrote that?" And then the algebra teacher was like, "Yeah, They were like, "What? Why don't you understand it?" And I was like, It's just a whole bunch of words.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense. And then they're like, Anna's smart and she doesn't even understand. I was like, yeah, something's wrong.
Got it.
Good job.
I was listening to you, and the idea of like Anna's smart and she still doesn't know how to do it. That's like just a really prevalent like thought process for things. Like it's really satisfying when you're in physics or something and you're just like, Rick, do you understand this? He's like, no.
People
and
think
you're just
I'm
like, okay,
smart.
cool. I don't feel bad.
People think I'm smart, but I'm not that
let
smart.
them think you're smart. It gives you so much power.
People in U.S. history, like, they know I'm losing my smartness in U.S. history because my grade right now is like an 88 and everyone else has like an A in the class. And they're
Nice.
like, Anna, you used to give us all the answers and now you're like yeah, it's whatever, I guess.
Okay, back to this. Things I want to do over the summer. Make the desk. Period. Right? I've been planning on that for a while. You can't read this?
No, I'm blind as a bat.
Fine, I'll make it bigger. Oh my gosh, go away, Zoom. Gosh, I'm tired of Zoom. Today I was on Zoom for physics, and I was just like, I am so tired of this stupid app. I cannot wait to be done with this stupid app. Make desk.
It's never gonna go away.
Why don't I just stop share and let's share the Notes app?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make it better. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, I want to make the desk easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing I want to do. But I also want to make my bed frame, right?
Yes.
Which is similar to the desk and the way I want to do it. And then in that I also want to make the I've been developing this idea for my gardening for good class that I want to turn my my headboard into a living wall
Like
because
plants.
and just make like a hydroponic system.
Are you not scared the bugs will get in your hair?
No, I'm not that concerned about that. But then I'm also gonna make it so that the bed frame has a like so like instead of having a nightstand, the bed frame has a shelf that I can put everything on, so I don't have to take up floor space for a nightstand. Because I was doing, I so I'm gonna stop share.
Why does my hair look like that?
Um, Desktop one, and then so I have a rough layout of like what the for the two bedrooms that I was choosing from are. Oh my gosh, Zoom, stop it! No, no. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
So like the rough layout is I chose the right one. And so when I was putting the same furniture in, like this closet area really screwed this room up, so I don't want it. Right? So this one is more ideal even though it's I think smaller. I'm not sure. These aren't the actual dimensions, so I'm not sure. But these just take up so much space. And so if I can put a nightstand in my bed and pull up my bed a little bit more, then I'll be worth it. Right? Because then I can put the chair back.
Where's the closet?
Here.
Oh,
This is the closet. I'm not sure which way the door swings. That's a. I need. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay, so go back to sharing.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing this.
Yeah, sorry about that. Not really. So we're gonna make the wall headboard. I also want to actually make boba.
Oh my gosh.
This summer because I'm still mad that we couldn't do that. Actually make boba. Also, actually make the croc and boosh. I think that's how you spell it.
That was bad.
That needs to happen. Yeah, I spelled it right. Actually make the croc and boosh because I'm very frustrated.
I think we should film a couple videos that
about making the croc and boosh.
Sure, or just videos in general. To like we don't have to post them over the summer, but just to have.
Why not post them if we have them?
Well, like to spread them out. Because we're gonna film them within like 6 weeks, and I don't want to post them.
The croc and boosh is gonna take 6 weeks.
No, you're home for 6 weeks, so film multiple videos.
All of this stuff you're saying.
I mean, we don't have to film
like summer vlogs.
Yeah. I guess
I'm already planning
ideas.
on doing something for the desk.
Okay.
So croc and boosh. I also want to make a mac and cheese bar. I just came up with this right now. So like we'll just like make a crap ton of mac and cheese different ways, like smaller amounts of them. Oh, I also want to make. I want to cook steak. Like actually cook it. Right.
Bro, this
week. Ideally, I want to get it by a tomahawk and cook it, and like I'll eat it. All of us.
This week, I've had so much trouble eating meat. After what we talked about.
Because of what I told you.
Yeah. I've had so much. We had like eggplant lasagna one day. I was like, I like the idea of eating it, but it's so not good.
Yeah.
It's really like, it's.
Yeah.
It's messing with my brain.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry to all of you who thought the same thing. I thankfully didn't have as much trouble, but like I feel bad for it. Yeah. Moving on from those sad thoughts, I also want to solidify my chair latte recipe. So that I don't have to figure it out. No, like figure out what the real recipe needs to be. That's like perfect. That I can make in batch out every week.
Every time I hear the word solidify, I think liquid.
Right. It is a liquid form now because it's not a real recipe. But then
But
it means solidify.
solidify doesn't mean liquid, right? It means
No,
like
solidify means make solid.
Yeah, so why do I
Liquefy
think
means make
liquid?
liquid. Well, because solidify implies the existence of liquid beforehand,
I guess, yeah.
liquidity beforehand. Okay. Also, I want to listen to all my records because I haven't done that. But I don't think that'll be too hard.
You have like 5 on your desk right now.
Which ones?
They're
Should
on your desk.
be Harry Styles, Landmark, the Frozen one that y'all got. That should be it. I don't know what else.
Well, there's 2 others. One I know we bought and you don't know about yet.
Nice. Well, I might buy. Is it like something I might buy on my own if I get bored during physics? Okay.
I doubt it.
Like, I'm really tempted to buy the Fearless album. I really want to buy it, but it's
Nathan,
money.
You need to save your money.
I know, because like, there's so much stuff I want to buy over this summer.
House. You're gonna
I know,
want to buy
but I really want the Fearless album.
Don't.
I also really want the
$50.
cardigan. I also
Taylor
almost
Swift
bought
cardigan?
another. Yeah.
I really want this Taylor Swift cardigan.
Yeah. And then I also almost got a another Panic at vinyl. I almost bought a There's like 7 vinyls I also want to get.
Stop looking at them.
But I need them.
You don't need them.
So yeah. That's that. I want to wake up at a decent hour. I know this one's not going to get done. I think all the other ones can get done, but I want to wake up.
Maybe for one day it might get done.
I want to see Kendra. Like that's a big part.
You will, surely.
Yeah, maybe. I have to. I want to, like, before we sell my car, I want to take the car on the last run. I don't like that. I also we're gonna work on Solidecathlon. That's a given.
Mm-hmm. Why did I just do that? I don't like that.
I don't know. I think that's basically it. I can't.
Yeah.
I want to appreciate dogs. I think I did over the winter though.
Yeah. Did you know that dogs sneeze so that you know they're not fighting you? They know they're playing with you?
No.
That's why our dog sneezes so much.
But they just sneeze, like, not when we're doing stuff with them. They'll just be standing there and go.
Well, that's a legitimate sneeze. But whenever, like, you're petting them, they sneeze.
Oh. That stirred up some stuff in my lungs.
I want you and I to dress up and go on a photo shoot.
Photo shoot?
Just like...
I thought about that. Because we need pictures of us for when we get famous.
Yeah.
Also, I've been thinking... So I was doing some work for Solidecathlon, and I was talking to my friend. And I searched up just like mine's tiny house, and then one of the girls from that graduated before. Mm-hmm. You know how like Google, when you search like Ant-Man, it like shows like the little bubbles that are like, say like Paul Rudd, Infinity War, Endgame. She showed up in a bubble, like her name was just there, and I was like,
what?
I was just like, what? I mean, I know we won and stuff, but like she's suggested by Google. And I was telling my friend, I was like, so this is a thing. And she was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then I was just like, so I doubt if she's at that level of Google that her grades matter. And then my friend was just like, is that your plan? I was like, well, yeah. Like,
one time I looked up my elementary school's like music memory or whatever, and there was a picture of me.
Yeah.
I was really proud of myself.
Yeah, but it's your name. Your name has to be suggested. Like, that's like, if I can be like that, then like grades don't even matter. Like, as long as I like mostly pass, or like, no, as long as I like pass with like a good amount of leeway, like I feel good. If I can be like Google if I can be like president of Decathlon and we like win, I'm set.
There's a Olympic gymnast named Anna Lee, and she's
Yeah, that
I.
really
How am
overshadows
I
you.
gonna pass her up?
Nope.
Whatever.
Yeah, I've got just a bunch of Asian people.
Yeah.
I do show up. My TikTok is the first
Every
thing to
time
show up.
when I search Nathan Lee, it's just a whole bunch of like YouTube videos of people playing piano. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah. And then my TikTok.
Eventually.
Yeah. Which right now is an interesting picture of me.
I really want to
Shout
go
out
to
to
the
my
mall.
TikTok at PogChamp Johnson. Oh yeah, the mall.
I love the mall.
I thought of something when you were saying photo shoot. So I've been writing. I've written like 7 songs in the past 2 weeks or something, like 5 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make one of those. Like I'm gonna be past covers. Like I might cover at the beginning, and then I want to move into actually writing a song. It's just so hard to come up with melodies.
Oh yeah.
Original melodies are just so hard to come up with because I have so many lyrics,
See,
and just only one song I have actually has music to it.
I have certain like lines from songs I've written that like I really like, but I
have full out lyrics written out. I have songs written out, and I just cannot. I do not have music for them, and it's just so annoying.
I just have like 5 lines that I've written that it's like that's really good.
Yeah.
But
make a song.
I have a title idea.
I'm
gonna
fix my piano.
I have an album name.
Me too. I have an album written. I have an album like fleshed out, like explained. I have keys for all of them, but I don't have music for any of those songs. Well, actually, I just came up with. Yeah, I'm tired of listening to that key.
Your piano hasn't been played since the freeze because we had to move it to get to your window to break the ice.
Right.
And I can't lift it by myself.
That's
so it's kind of crooked in your room right now.
That's okay. It's not breaking.
Yeah. But I've gone in there to play and I'm like, oh, I forgot. So I have to go to the real one.
I thought you were about to tell me that like it got ice on it and it's broken. I was like,
oh, no, it's not broken.
Should have told me that earlier.
What about trust?
I might want to watch all the Marvel movies chronologically.
Oh, the trailer came out.
Yeah, for Shang-Chi. I was gonna say Simu Liu, and I was like, that's not his character. Yeah, that looks so good. I'm so ready for Asian representation in the Marvel universe.
There's no main.
Nobody.
There's Jimmy Woo.
Oh yeah, and he gets a lot of credit.
But then there's Wong.
There's Wong and there's Helen Cho.
And Mantis, I guess, but she's technically an alien. So
yeah, she's just played by an Asian actor. She's not Asian.
So like, this is exciting.
If any, well, no, that's not true. Is there anything else I want to cook? I think that's it. But yeah, that's most of everything I want to do over the summer.
I want to find a good spring rolls recipe. We have rice paper. And I've made one thing.
It's got to be easy. Because you can throw anything in a spring roll.
You just have to find, like, I don't know.
Wait, by spring roll, do you mean no meat and not fried?
Not fried. I don't care if there's meat. Except for, But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe find vegetarian
recipes.
Alts. Maybe.
Yeah. I want to learn how to pan fry tofu really good.
Yeah, that could be.
But I think
I was just about to suggest to do it in bacon fat, and I was like, nope, can't do that.
No, I think me and my cousin are gonna do cooking lessons with our grandparents.
Oh yeah, and my family, my mom wants me to spend time with my family. What? I don't need to write that down though. Mom wants me to spend time with family, which I'm not against.
You need to. You haven't seen them in a year.
Yeah.
Not a year. 9 months.
But also, like, I've tried to do things and they don't happen. So, I think that's it.
Everything we've been through.
You gotta celebrate Christmas in June.
Yeah. Wow, you're so good at typing.
It's hard. Yeah, I think that's it.
Apparently, the average typing speed for 14-year-olds is 45, but the average typing speed for humans is 30. So I don't know if it's just because our generation has been around computers.
Probably. That's probably what it is.
But it makes me mad because my average is 40, which means I'm below average.
I don't even know my average because it doesn't matter. You're not gonna put that on your resume.
Yeah, but it's like a thing since all games are blocked on our school laptops. We do typing tests for entertainment. And then there's people who get like 90 with using 2 of their fingers. They do this and they get 90 words per minute. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go on our break.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. And we'll see you and we'll talk about
Talk about us. Talk about me. Talk about everything you wanna be. You know, the wrong
hopefully we
lyrics
won't
to
get
follow.
demonetized for that. We got demonetized for our last
On
video.
YouTube.
And it's really funny.
Yeah, it's not like we were being monetized in the first place, though.
True.
Wait, should I talk about my new playlists?
Say
Maybe
that
after
for
break.
next week. Next week.
Break.
Next week.
Okay, that's fine. I want to talk about my playlist.
Next week. I'm not editing 2 hours of audio tomorrow.
Okay. All right, we'll be back. Stick with us. You're listening to Security Guards Graded in English Class. I'm Nathan Lee. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. And we're back. It's a Security Guards Graded in English Class talking about the Falcon and the
What?
Winter Soldier, episode 5. You don't know that joke?
No.
Just getting calls all the time. It's like, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. It's on TikTok.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
because you're
have
not an adult.
TikTok.
You're not an adult who has a car. You just get
No one
random
even
calls of
calls me
robots.
anymore. I used to get calls all the time, but no one calls me anymore. It's kind of sad.
Extended warranty. Yeah. We're talking about the Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 5. So if you haven't seen any of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, stop listening and move on. Move on with your life.
Even if you've seen episode 5, but not episode 1. Actually, you can
Which is
stay.
dumb. Why would you ever do that?
Why would you skip?
I love
episode
you,
1?
but why did you do that?
I mean, if it's like a comedy show or whatever, I kind of get it.
Oh, but
like,
it's not.
It's not.
That's like,
So,
I'm going to
you know.
watch Avengers, but I'm only going to start at minute 27. What?
27 minutes in the movie.
What? What's even happening 27 minutes into the movie? That would probably be about... I would guess...
Like, Age of Ultron, it would be talking.
It would probably be around the party. I would bet.
Yeah, so talking. Like right before the party.
Or after.
True.
And
so
then
talking.
I would think in Avengers 1, I think it'd probably be around the Captain America, like when Steve is first there in the gym, punching punch bags. Remember when we used to have a punching bag? That
Your little punchy bag in your thing?
No, the inflatable one that would hang up from that open wall in the kitchen.
What?
You don't remember that one? It had the clamp and it clamped on to the archway in the kitchen music room.
Oh!
Yeah.
What good did that do? It was inflatable.
Well, but it had weight on the bottom, so it went.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I
about
could
that.
be really good at boxing. But I
Do
don't
it.
want to hurt myself.
Yeah.
So don't. Whatever.
So the Falcon and Winter Soldier. This episode was really long and
It's
not
just
as crazy.
good.
Was it crazy?
It wasn't. It was weird. Okay, I cried 3 times during this episode. Not ashamed to say it. But
What?
I cried 3 times. I cried when Sam was talking to Isaiah.
Okay.
When he started crying, because I cry when other people cry. You know, I'm a person.
Math.
And then I cried whenever Walker was talking to Lamar's parents and he lied to them.
Oh my gosh. Why? What is... He's a psychopath.
I know. He's cried crazy. For their sake. Like...
Yeah. Okay, but he
also,
lied, but then it also was kind of obvious he was lying because he was like, I would never let someone... Oh, well, never mind. Actually, the way he phrased it made him seem right.
Yeah, but I cried because, one, they were crying. But also, he lied to them.
Maybe he's not a psychopath, man. Maybe he's just trying to justify himself.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, do you think he actually thinks that he killed him? Or do
no,
you think...
he knew. Whenever he, ran, I watched it again because Mom watched it. Whenever he ran out, he goes, where is she? She knew,
Oh.
He knew Carly killed her. Him?
So he is justifying his actions afterwards.
Right, but he's wrong.
Right, but he knows he's wrong. It's not that just in the heat of the moment he didn't notice.
Yeah, no, he knows it was Carly. Because he said,
notice.
Where is she, to whatever that guy's name is. And then he was like, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, it wasn't me.
Right.
And
the wasn't me part also.
Yeah. So, anyways. And then I also cried whenever Bucky was talking to Sam.
About Steve?
Just after the whole time.
Whenever every time they interacted?
No, whenever they were, exchanging the shields. Mm-hmm. Or they were hitting it against the tree or whatever.
Right.
And then...
Yeah, I was really happy they finally gave us confirmation that Bucky and Steve had a conversation about what Steve was going to do and that Bucky was okay with it. Because I've been thinking that for a long time, and people on TikTok are like, Steve would never do that. Bucky wouldn't. But why would Steve do that? And it was like, Bucky, why would he abandon Bucky like that? And I was like, Bucky was okay with it. He knew.
Yeah, and he's there.
Yeah. Because of the way Bucky's like, I'm going to miss you. He wouldn't say that if he knew he was coming back in 5 seconds. Sam didn't say that. And then and Bucky would never have just let Sam go when he showed up, right? It was so obvious they talked about it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Your eyes?
I was looking at my microphone. It looks so professional. I mean, I know it is professional, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was really happy to finally be right.
Yeah, so I cried 3 times. It's maybe that's a personal problem. It's not a problem. No. Crying's not a problem.
No. Crying is good for you. Math. Crying is good for you. Unless you're driving really fast and you can't see where you're going.
Yeah, that's a problem. I don't think you should.
Crying while driving's fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Probably will do again.
No. Am I going to drive to school?
Probably.
I was about to say next year, but I can't.
Oh, no, not next year.
Drive next year.
Yeah, no, those were all really good moments. Arguably, well, the Walker scene's probably the worst out of those because we hate him.
Yeah, it wasn't
he's just the worst.
It was just the fact that he was lying to them and they don't even know.
Oh, and then also, yeah, right. Also, Valencia. Do you know anything about her?
Who?
The woman that showed up and talked to John and his wife.
Oh, she's Aline.
She's
Seinfeld.
Elaine, yeah.
Why did I say
Aline. No, okay, yeah, correct. But she's in the comics. She's actually Madam Hydra at one point.
Oh.
And if she's getting with who claims to be Captain America, then we might be getting Captain America actually being Hydra.
Dun dun dun! Your conspiracy theory all wrong. All along.
Yeah. Also, It's either that or she's helping Thunderbolt Ross put together the Thunderbolts. Or, catch this,
Fine.
it's Mephisto.
Bruh. I give up on Mephisto at this point.
No, that was a joke. Yeah, she's Mephisto. Clearly, because she has a letter M in her name, it has to be Mephisto. Yeah, so Hydra, Captain America, we love it.
And
That will somewhat redeem John for me because I love
For
Hydra.
those of you who don't know, before Infinity War came out, so like 4 years ago. Was it really 4 years ago? That's crazy.
Yeah, sophomore
Yeah,
year.
I was 5th grade. 3 years ago, 4 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Math. Yeah, I pulled out my like 5th grade journal that I wrote in every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the one day where like I had written like Nathan sees Infinity War today, which is I know he's gonna enjoy it. He's going with his friends. He's really excited. Won't stop talking about it. It gets really annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's a massive deal.
Yeah, and then I was
Just
like,
wait
yeah,
until,
I get to.
that's what I was thinking of. We're gonna get to watch Black Widow together.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's what I was
Are
thinking.
we gonna go to the theater?
I'm going to.
I've been to the theater already since all this.
When?
I saw Croods too.
Why? A birthday party?
I was in Oklahoma.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
right.
weird.
I remember that.
I
remember
didn't
that,
like
yeah.
it.
Credence.
It was like a fun experience, but like I didn't like sitting there and eating things.
No. Yeah. No, I get it.
So I don't think we should get anything to eat while we're there.
Yeah.
Especially with strangers. Like we had a private room and I didn't even like it. So
Right.
we'll see. Anyways. So Nathan thought that Captain America was gonna turn out to be Hydra at the end of Infinity War.
Because there's a little green in the blue of your
I was
eyes.
about to say that. Even though Hydra's color isn't even green, it's red.
It is green. No, it is green. It's green.
But it's red.
Agents of Hydra was green. Spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, but the Hydra
Is green.
red.
No, the Hydra minions are green. Hey, Madam Hydra is green.
I guess.
Hydra is green.
Then why is their octopus red?
Because that was the Red Skull era.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's a red skull?
No, it's a Hydra. No, but Red Skull made everything red because it was red. No, but like Hydra is green at its core. Yeah.
You know, Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.
want
was
to watch
kind of
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so bad.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was kind of a preface to WandaVision, if you think about it.
Why?
Go back in decades.
Oh, yeah.
And the intros
Spoilers
were
for
different
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. Actually, like real spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because we're about to really talk about it because I really want to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I really want to watch S.H.I.E.L.D.
My friend that I'm she's watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the first time because I told her to. Because she watched Agent Carter on her own.
Does she have Netflix?
Yeah.
Steal her Netflix.
I don't know if we're at that point. And so she's like, have you watched, because we talk about Marvel stuff all the time. And she was like, did you watch Agents Carter? I was like, yeah, I actually just rewatched it. And I was like, you should watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because like, that's pretty good too. And so we were talking the other day and she was like, I'm on episode 10 of season 2. And so I went to Wikipedia. I was like, season 2, episode 10, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was like, oh, big episode because that's
Which
the
one is
episode.
it?
It's the episode where they go into the Kree temple and Sky becomes an Inhuman.
Oh.
Like, big episode.
Big
like,
episode.
And I was telling her, I was like, this is arguably the biggest episode of the entire show because it completely, like, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the very beginning was just setting up for Winter Soldier, right?
Right.
And then it went on to Winter Soldier route. And then Winter Soldier kind of ended. And
See,
then,
I want to watch
and then
it.
As soon as they get as soon as Daisy becomes an Inhuman, then they go on the Inhuman route, and that arcs for the rest of the entire show.
Yeah, I wanna rewatch it because I didn't see like 3, 4, or 5
Right.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
About 3 is
Three.
Well, no, 3
I
was
didn't
good.
see. I didn't
5
see
was
the
bad.
Ghost Rider season.
That's the best season. It goes like 5, 2, 1, 3, 5. Oh wait, no, 7 is good too. It's like 3, 1, 2, 7. No, 4. 4, 2,
Calculus.
1, 7, 3, 6, 5. But maybe 5, 6.
Oh, 7 was a good season.
7 was really good, but 5 and 6 were gross.
Yeah, I didn't.
The space season and the
I guess I did see
the
6.
Evil Coulson season. Those were gross. Those were just
I like season 6.
the Evil Coulson season with the bats.
No, the space one.
No, that was season 5.
Or is I'm thinking of 7.
7 was the one where they went back in time.
Yeah.
7 was
they
good.
were in space for some of it. The beginning.
At the end. At the end, they were in space. The finale.
Sure.
No, those season when they were all in space the whole time.
Season 1.
With
when
Cassius.
I watched it. Season 1 when I watched it, I just remember watching Tracks 2 times.
Tracks is so good.
Because you were like, it's like the best episode of the season. I was like, all right. And then there was that one scene when Coulson like touches the cup of tea and it's like still warm. And you're like, that's because he knows that they were there recently. I was like, oh, that's a cool scene. So I rewatched the episode just for that scene.
Yeah. Wait, didn't that episode repeat though?
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, no, I think that episode happens twice.
Oh, okay.
And it has a different outcome the second time. Or you watch it from a different perspective the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I remember watching it and being like, wait, I just watched this episode.
Yeah.
That's nothing in comparison to when I watched an entire episode of Inhumans twice because I couldn't remember what happened because it was so bad.
Yeah, Inhumans wasn't the best
Inhumans
show.
we don't talk about her. I legitimately, like, I watched an episode and I was like, oh, okay, I watched the episode. And then, like, the next week I went back and was like, what episode am I on? It's like, I think it's this one. And then I watched the whole thing. And at the end, I was like, I already watched this episode. Like, it took me all the way until the end. I was like, I definitely already watched this. And I was like, wow, this is bad. I honestly don't think I finished that show.
Same.
I don't remember finishing it. I
I
might have finished it and it was so bad I don't remember.
The last thing I remember happening is they landed in Hawaii, which I know was like the second episode.
Yeah, me too.
So like, whatever.
Yeah, we don't talk about her. But yeah, so like season 2, episode 10 is like arguably like the biggest episode because it makes Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. what it was.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what made it good because then we get like Jiaying.
Quake.
And Quake.
I love Quake.
Yeah. There's some. I just need to watch the whole thing again. Like if we could get Netflix for the summer.
I mean, we could do like the 30-day trial or whatever, and probably
but we cannot
finish
watch
it.
the whole thing in 30 days.
Why?
I don't think that would be good for us.
6.
Okay, how many hours of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. there are, or minutes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. Oh, no. Oh.
Attack on Titan. No.
That's
Agents of
anime.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was 41 to 44 minutes, and there were 136 episodes.
There's 123 episodes. 136 episodes times like 45.
136 times 45 is 6,120
divided by 60
minutes. Divided by 30 days. That's 204 minutes a day. Divide that by 60. 2 hours a day.
That's not bad at all, Nathan.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's like 3 episodes a day.
We could do that in half a week.
We could totally do that.
And then we could even skip season 5.
We could skip season 1.
No, I want to watch season 1's like
but
really
we
good.
watched season 1 like...
No, we didn't. I watched like 3 episodes.
Oh, I guess that's true.
We were exhausted that night. That was such a weird night.
We
Arguably our worst
that
podcast episode.
That was the worst episode at all. It should have been like...
It should have been great, but it was just we were so exhausted. And it was right after your computer stopped working. And
really
I couldn't find the cord to my microphone.
The microphone kept falling.
I was just grumpy because we were doing
really
a road
bad.
trip.
We were watching S.H.I.E.L.D. while recording.
Were we actually?
Yes, it was on the TV. So you weren't paying attention to me at all.
No. Yeah, that
It was
was
so bad.
not a good episode.
Sorry for all of you.
Yeah, we might do that, actually. We might do that. And if not, and if we can't do it in 30 days, then we just switch to your email and we do, or another one of my emails. Like,
how long is Netflix free? It's probably 30 days, right?
Probably.
1 month, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. Add it to the list.
Here's how to get Netflix for free. Yeah, we just need to make a whole bunch of emails.
Yeah. I mean, I already have a whole bunch of emails.
That's true, yeah.
I have like 10 emails.
Yeah, we should binge Shield.
That's doable. Like that, we can make that our. Let's scrap the watch Marvel in order. Honestly, we might not even have to.
Yeah, I think we could do both.
Like I was thinking about it the other day. If we took every piece of, except for the fact that Agents of Shield is now.
No, here's what we could do.
Like if we forget that Shield's been decanonized. What if could you watch everything perfectly chronological?
That
because
takes so much research.
Well, okay, so you go Captain America, Agent Carter, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Hulk, blah, 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 get through Avengers, and then you do Agents of Shield season 1 till episode like 8 or something, then Winter Soldier, and then Agents of Shield, and then yada 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 Agents of Shield, then Thor Dark World, and then yada 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 Shield. Because
they're just in between every.
Because Doctor Strange is in 2012. No, Doctor Strange is 2016. It'd be doable, except for then. Oh, then would we throw in the season 7 of Shield in between everything?
I don't know.
When they go back in time,
that'd be so weird. No, because that's the
because
the
then we
future,
pick up
though.
Sousa. And then,
I love Sousa. I forgot about him. I love him so much.
Yeah, at the end of Carter, we'd watch the episode where they go back in time and pick up Sousa. That'd be goofy. I'm not sure about that. But like, what is the defined then we'd also have to. I think we could scrap Inhumans. I don't think we need to watch.
Are they actually part of the MCU?
No. If Agents of Shield's been decanonized, and Inhumans have most definitely been decanonized.
I don't think anyone even watched
I don't even know if Runaways connects at all.
I don't think
so. Well, because
they
have a connection to Cloak and Dagger.
Hey. Runaways? I haven't heard of anything yet. I think it's just a show by Marvel that's based on
I don't think. It's definitely in the MCU, but I don't think they ever reference it.
I mean, you know what time period is, though. You can throw it in there, but I'm not sure it would do anything.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely... Okay, here's what we could do. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we need 2 hours. And a day. Once I'm out of school, that's just 9 to 11.
But we still have a couple months after you're out of school.
Yeah, that's 9 to 11 at night. Plus, that gives us an hour to watch whatever... That gives us 2 hours to watch whatever we want, to be honest. So we could watch a movie after that.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, from 7 to 9, we could watch some other show that we might find. I don't know. We definitely could do both.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Cool. Back to the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't either. I mean, I feel like I really like this episode, but I don't have much to say about it.
Yeah, it was a lot of they got the shield back.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and we know the box has to be a new vibranium Captain America themed suit.
That's what I didn't even pick up on that. And then when Mom watched it, she was like, "It's a Captain America suit," and I was like, "How in the world do you know that?"
Well, because it has to be that. There's no other.
I didn't.
The whole entire episode, I was just sitting there, and every time the box was on the screen, I'd just be like, "What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?" And then they cut away, and I was like, "What's in the box?"
During the Walker Sam Bucky fight scene, whenever Walker like does this with Sam,
Yeah, I was like,
I out loud, I screamed, "No!" It was the middle of the night too, and then I was so thankful Bucky. That stressed me out
because
so much.
that like angle is just traumatizing
I
to us.
know.
I was just like, "Don't
Seeing it
you
again.
dare!"
Seeing it again. Oh my gosh.
When he tore off the wings, I was like,
I was like,
no.
oh shoot.
I was like, there's no way they're gonna kill him, but
They
like, man,
can't
this really
kill
looks
the
like they're going
Falcon
to.
in his own show. I mean, they could, but that was scary.
We did get a setup for Torres to be the new Falcon though.
Yes, I love Torres so much.
He's so cool.
Whenever he went on screen, I was like, Torres.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope we get to see the raft with Zemo.
Yeah.
Because remember last week I was like, they're gonna throw Walker in the raft, but now they're throwing Zemo in the raft, and so I'm still really hoping we'll see it, because that's what someone on TikTok said. They were like, we're gonna see a shot of Walker and Zemo in the raft, and Valencia is gonna come up and recruit them for the Thunderbolts by Thunderbolt Ross, because originally Baron Zemo did he lead the Masters of Evil or the Thunderbolts? I think he led both, actually. I don't know. But U.S. Agent is part of Thunderbolts at one point.
Yeah.
So, really hoping we get to see the raft. What else happened? The boat thing. That was whatever. Oh, Bucky flirting with Bucky? Sarah. Yeah. That was funny. But someone said that maybe the name he said, maybe the reason he said Sarah like that is because that was Steve Rogers' mom's name.
Yeah, but he was obviously flirting with her.
I guess. Yeah.
The way that he said Samuel whenever Sarah comes over, she's like, I told you not to mess with that. And then Bucky was like, yes, Samuel.
I don't remember that.
I thought that was funny.
I didn't watch this one twice. Yeah, I mean, anything. I'm trying to run through all the scenes in my head.
That's hard.
Isaiah, I was really hoping they would set up for something with Eli, but they didn't. What else? And the end scene. I mean, like, they set up the final fight with the GRC.
With the what?
The GRC in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Walker making
Did we
a
see
new shield.
Carter there? Carter was there at the end, right?
No.
She had heels on and she walked up. No. That was Valencia. Yeah. Valencia had
Walker making a new shield, though. That's
I'm really kind of mad that they like alluded to like the like Iron Man like hammering sound. I felt like that was maybe they didn't mean to, but like it seemed like, you know, like how at the end of Endgame they had the hammering from Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was hammering sounds at one point, and it was like, as a Marvel like person, like that's all you think of when you hear hammering sounds, especially because that was the only like credit scene from Endgame. Like, and then someone compared those shots to a Home Depot commercial, because like the way it like it zoomed in really fast on him like welding things and then like slowed down to like show the sparks. It was very reminiscent of a Home Depot commercial.
I've never seen a Home Depot
commercial. Hate him. I just hate him. He's just so annoying.
Yeah.
On every level of the word.
I'm Captain America. Like, no, you weren't.
I'm Captain. No. Actually, you're not.
Not anymore.
Just like, no, you're not, actually. You
Not
lost that title.
anymore.
Really glad he got hurt. I thought like he was gonna like lose his arm. When Bucky, what happened? What happened? Oh, they tore the shield out of his arm.
Oh,
That's what
yeah,
it
same.
was.
I thought he was going to lose his arm.
I thought because the way it cracked, I was
Yeah, I
like,
know.
whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he gets a metal arm like Bucky, that's gonna piss me off.
Nope. Nope. Yeah.
Just hate him. Just hate him.
It's really annoying.
Good job, right,
Russo.
Wyatt Russell for making us hate him so much.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think we should, yeah.
On to our Rex.
Oh, there's more. I don't got any, so you can talk fast.
Shout out to my Spotify at Obviously Accurate. I think you should listen to. I've actually. You don't notice because you're not on my Instagram, but like, I gave up on doing one song of the week.
Oh.
And now I'm doing multiple because I like so much music and new music comes out literally every week, and so I cannot like just do one and like be in clear so go unrecognized. So I did like how many did I do last week? I did one. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7 songs in a week. So one of them was anything from the Lionel Richie album, Lionel Richie. I listened to that because of Rhett and Link have remade a couple songs, and I listened to it. It's a very good album. Anything by Lord, anything by
Lionel is Lionel Richie the all night long person?
Yeah.
I watched that video this week.
All night long, all night. Yeah.
I watched the 11 hours of Rhett and Link singing it.
Yeah, that's been suggested to me a couple times. And
yeah, I know. All the comments were like, "Yeah, 8 years later, everyone."
Yeah, well, it's because they talked about it in that GMM more.
Oh, so people went back.
Yeah, I assume so. Yeah. So anything by Lord, anything by Lionel Richie, and anything by the Lumineers. So the 3 L's.
All right.
Also, anything by the Bleachers, which is or just by Bleachers, which is the producer for Taylor Swift. Yeah, movies you should watch. We watched Up. We should watch that.
Okay, Up. Okay, people are like, Up is the saddest Disney movie, and I disagree with that.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, but it's not that. I cried the least in Up.
I think it might be Inside Out.
Inside Out, yeah.
If it's not Up, it might be Inside Out.
Yeah. Whatever. We
People don't like Inside Out though. I don't get it.
Why?
I don't know.
We watched. Mom
there
turned
were some
on
plot
Psych
holes.
again.
I was just talking about Psych yesterday. I was telling my friend about how I used to make you guess or remember things in restaurants.
You
like
did
the one
that
time with
to
Sweet
distract
Tomatoes.
me a lot. We did at Spring Creek.
Distract you from what?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I know what
We
you're
did
talking
it
about.
at Spring Creek, and then Sweet Tomatoes.
Yeah, the one at Sweet Tomatoes is the one I vividly remember.
Yeah. Anyways,
Coconut
Mom
muffins.
just randomly turned on. She was like watching some movie or whatever, and she could tell like was uncomfortable with it. So she was like, "Let's watch something funnier." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And she actually found like 3 episodes I haven't seen before. It was really weird. And I've like rewatched that whole show like 4 times.
Like if you haven't seen like an episode of Monk or Andy Griffith or
Phineas and Ferb.
Like the shows I know you've seen the entirety of are Monk, Andy Griffith, Phineas and Ferb, maybe Brady Bunch.
Yeah, Brady Bunch for sure. What's that other one? That
Chuck?
No, I
No,
can't.
I know I haven't seen all of it. I'm just trying to think. When I'm home, what are the episodes what are the shows that are always
like Andy
playing?
Griffith, but it's not. It's not Dick Van Dyke. Even though I probably have seen a lot of Dick Van Dyke now, but I don't think I finished it before. Yeah, but definitely like Monk and Psych,
Mm-hmm.
Phineas and
I
Ferb.
haven't seen all of Monk. I've
Monk
seen
is
a good bit
good.
of Monk. I know, I just haven't watched it.
Psych is funny. It gets
Yeah.
really repetitive though.
I think I would. Yeah, I need a few years to
Yeah.
watch it again. Because I watched so much of it within those 2 years. And then, yeah.
Yeah,
Any of those
so,
shows that we just
those are all
mentioned
good.
could also be a show that you should watch.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for listening. Check out our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for only a few more weeks before Nathan comes home.
And then we'll see what we do.
We'll see if we take a break. Or if
That'd be a long break.
Yeah, it'd be a while. We could do special episodes.
We could do every other week, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see what's happening then. We don't know what's going to happen in 4 weeks.
There could be COVID 2022.
COVID 22.
Wait, it's 2021. Why did I say 22?
Oh, shoot. Okay, I always think it's 2020. Like, I haven't left 2020. Like, I'll see things that are like, 2019 was like 2 years. And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was. I still am living in 2019.
I'm still living in 2001.
Bro, I was thinking about it today.
Bro.
And isn't it weird that people were born in 2017? Like, in my brain, people weren't born after 2009.
Yeah. Our orchestra director, she was talking about something, and then she said something, she was talking about years we were born, and then she like looked at the freshmen, she was like, like, you didn't even say what year you were born. She was like, oh no. Oh no.
You were born in the 2000s.
Yep. And then she just like, oh, nope, not thinking about that.
It's so weird. Like, people are 4-year-olds were born in 2017. 2017 was last year.
No, it wasn't. It was 4 years ago.
It basically was last year.
No, 2017 is when Infinity War came out.
Are you kidding me? Infinity War came out like 2 years ago.
Infinity War might have been 18 because then 19 would have been Endgame and 20 would have been my senior year.
Yeah, but the fact that Marvel didn't release anything for a year.
It's been more than a year.
Yeah, it throws everyone off.
Oh, except for the TV shows.
Like, what was the last thing we got? What was the last thing we got?
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Spider-Man, yeah.
And guess what? We're getting Spider-Man. We're getting Spider-Man No Way Home this year during Christmas.
I want to see Far From Home again, though.
Yeah.
Literally, you have to buy it to watch it, and it's really dumb.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe we just should.
I don't think I've seen Far From Home since it came out, unless I watched it at my friend's birthday party.
You saw it twice. You watched it with your friends, and then you watched it with me.
Right, and then I think I watched it with those friends again at her birthday party.
Oh.
I think. I'm not sure if we watched that one or Homecoming. I know we watched Spider-Man.
I want to watch it again. I've only seen it once.
I'm pretty sure it was at her party that we watched it.
Anyways, we're going to actually wrap up.
We're going to talk for another 10 minutes about something random. Hey, what do you think about grass?
It's blue. We're going to... like bluegrass?
Bluegrass music? Well, actually, it is bluegrass because Kentucky bluegrass is the most abundant type of grass that we typically use. What? Whether or not it's reasonable to grow it in your climate or not, Kentucky bluegrass is the kind of grass we grow.
All right, we're going to wrap up.
It is blue, actually.
Thank you so much for listening.
And actually, while we're on the topic, let's talk about efficient home design.
Thank you for 1.2K
You want a small
listens.
building envelope.
And we love you so much, and we'll see you hopefully on our YouTube channel soon. I don't know. I did start film something, but then Mom called me and I lost inspiration. But we
love distractions. Did I spend all of Thursday before? I didn't talk about my week. Now that I think about it, I didn't talk about my week
stay
at all.
tuned for next week whenever we talk about Nathan's week. And
my week was kind of bad. I had 2 tests that didn't go too well, so.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Shout out to my Instagram, obviously accurate.